Today we are going to be working on a bunch of winter prep around the cabin. The temperatures are getting cold and we got to start getting a few things ready. First, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting up a pretty large shelter right here in this area behind me, and it's going to keep a lot of our things like our snowblower, our generator, gas cans, and our freezer out of the snow. Then we are going to work on a few things over at the chicken coop to keep them out of the elements this winter. Let's get started. Okay, so this is the kit we are using. It's by Shelterlogic, and these are really popular around here. Almost every other property you see will have one of these things. It says it takes 2 hours for 2 people to put up, so we'll see how that goes. And per the instructions, it looks like we have to get the whole roof section assembled first, and then we're gonna add the legs on the sides.
We're gonna have 4 in the corners, right? Okay, got it.
And then this goes, these are gonna go
These parts, huh?
there, yeah.
Kind of a factory default. I don't think it'll really, integrity-wise.
No.
It looks like our hoop house is not perfectly straight a fit. Ooh, yours is twisted. Oh, yours isn't. There we go. Like. Okay, don't twist it real quick. Almost.
Yeah, this thing's heavy, huh?
Hold on, hold on. I can't, because the system's really like just having a great old time with it. Strength, and then I will. Okay. Sorry, she doesn't exist.
Okay, we got the whole frame done. I think the only thing we have left to do is to get the whole cover on and the front and the back and secure it to the ground. But for now, we're taking a lunch break.
Oh wow, look, this is what tightens it down? This is so cool. Yeah, look, it's tightening it down now. I know.
Alright, we're in the Shelterlogic. Seems kind of weird on something you buy brand new that the instructions tell you to cut a small slit into it, but that's what they say. Gonna cut a small slit there, already got that one done, and this is for the 2 pulleys. They're gonna be the kind of roll-up door that you use a rope to kind of wind this door up. Alright, now we just got to run the rope through it, and it comes with a cleat to tie it off that we're gonna screw into one of the posts over there, and then we got to secure the bottom of it. So we're still going. This definitely is not a 2-hour project. I don't care what they say. Okay, we're getting really close to being done. One last thing we have to do is we have to take all of these off temporarily, slide them through these little holes, and then rebolt them in. It looks like we got to move this one up a little bit, and what that is going to do is going to really hold this side on here. And this thing has a lot of fastenings and securing options because this is actually meant for high winds and snow loads. That's why it is the gamble style, and that's why it is so popular here in Alaska. So we're going to get started on this last step, and then I believe we're going to be done. Okay, we're all done. This thing actually turned out awesome. It was well worth buying one of these. We waited for a long time to get one, but we finally got it. We're glad we did. Next thing we have to do is work on a couple shelters over at the chicken coop. This thing took us a lot longer than we thought, so that project is going to pick back up tomorrow.
Today we are back out here in our chicken coop area. We are going to be boarding off this lean-to behind me. We want to put some boards up to help protect this area from snow since wind does blow that in quite a bit, and we would like our chickens to have another area where they can hang out and not get snowed on. They also have the area underneath the chicken coop which is raised quite a few feet too. We've got some really cool boards that we're going to be working with, and we hope it turns out all right.
Yep, we just picked up a full trailer load of this wood from a mill the next town up. He gave us a bunch of these all for free, so this is what we're using to kind of wall in this shelter, and we decided that we still need a way to get into this shelter, so we're just going to be enclosing 2 of the walls. We're going to do this one we're standing next to, and we're also going to be doing the biggest one, and we're going to leave that back section open because it kind of has more wind protection with all the trees there, and we need to be able to get in and out of here to change the chicken water this winter.
We're going to be running 2 of these boards horizontally, and then we're going to be running the rest vertical up from there. So with that, we are going to get started on this project. All right, so we got one side up, and we are going to go ahead and go around and work on the other side.
Okay, our little snow block or wind block for the chickens is done. Next thing we're going to work on is we're going to be putting up some more outdoor roosts for the chickens, and then work on a small shelter for the geese.
Alright, so we finished building this little, I don't know quite what it is, but it's a little shelter, and it's mainly for the chickens, not just to play on and to roost on, but also to get protection under the hawks or away from hawks. We've noticed that they run and hide in trees when a hawk is nearby. Since we have been having some issues with that, this should help. The chickens also like to roost high up, so we have a few roosts on this tree, and then Eric added one under this lean-to right here. So that'll be something for them to get out of the snow this winter. Lastly, we're working on that goose shelter. We have 2 geese and they do sleep outside. They don't go into the coop. They don't need to. They're much hardier than chickens, so they will be fine in the winter outside. But we are just going to build them a little like hut thing just so they can get away from the worst weather. So far we've noticed that they enjoy wind and rain and hail and all that. So I'm not that worried about it, but I just want them to have something in case things get really bad outside.
All right, so the little goose house is complete. They have not gone in here yet. We're not even sure if they're going to or if they're going to need to. It's our first winter with these animals, so we are just going to kind of do trial and error and adjust it as needed. This is kind of just the beginning steps of getting prepped for winter. So we still have a bunch more stuff coming up, and we will see you guys on the next video.
She hurt him. How would you allow that? Hey!